Hey, what's up traders, Dave FX Hunter here, and in this video I will show you how to install my template to your platform, which will help you to understand the COT data, the retail traders positions, and just simply the cool things, how to plan the trades as I do it, or how to do the backtesting. So yeah, so let's go through the video. I will not explain my strategy or how I use it. I will simply, because it's for the more longer video, I will simply explain the basic functions, what it gives you, and you will be able to play with it. Of course, I suggest to use it on the demo for a couple of weeks, and in the coming days I will make more videos where I will explain each function in the one video, or we will make some live webinar where you will be able to ask the questions and I will answer it to you. So I will right now go through the whole process, how to install it, how it works. As well, I want to say that I didn't prepare this video anyhow, so I will do it as I go. So, and I will not do any something like the cutting the scenes. So if there maybe will be some some way, some problem or whatever, it's just I will do it as you should do it, so you will understand the process, what you have to do. So the link for the download of this template will be in my Telegram channel, or it will be below this video on the YouTube or the Facebook, where I will share it. So if you click into this link, it will take you onto this website where you will find these two links. So what you're gonna do is simple. You click to download as a zip file. You click into it and it will download the file for you, right? So you will have it downloaded. Boom, that's it, and it will gives you all the some possibilities. So this one I can close right now. So it will gives you the possibilities to open it as a file in this RAR file. So you will have the MQL and the templates files. What you're gonna do is you need to, in your platform, open data folder, and simply you just copy, or you can just move it like this into the platform. Of course you can replace because I already have it in there, so you can you just confirm that. Now you have it in your platform. Basically this is what you probably have right now in your platform, and what you're gonna do is to click first. Actually you need to refresh, so refresh here. So now your indicators are all refreshed, and you go to the template. So you will have the template from me. It's 0.5 risk, 1% risk. That's template for the trades. So basically it will be setting your trades with this risk, but you can change this as you want to. So I will go to 0.5 right now. As you do that, and it will show you the invalid email. Of course you need to set up the email in the indicators. So you need to go to the indicators, and it's this indicator called Centric. This is just the working name, and here you need to fill up the registered email on the website. On the which website? Simply go to my website, www.fxhunterworld.com. click to the COT, and here you need to put your email, which will be any of simply your email. I will put my one right now. This email of course will not work in the future. And here is my COT data, right, which I can use next to it. So right now the email is registered. That's it. So right now I will put the email here. So the same one, Dave fxhunterwealth.com. You of course put your email, please, and click OK. Boom, and that is fine. Right now this information about the email, it disappears disappeared. So what's the template is now showing me? There is of course, let's go look to the indicators. So there is of course a lot of things. If we go to the indicators, basically not all the indicators are created by me, but I use them as very useful things. This SS panel is showing these informations on the left side as the instrument spread, you know, the range, candle times, and the trading hours as well. It plays these levels, which is the whole numbers, which I like to for the trading. If I go to the lower time frame, it will place as well the half numbers, these green ones. I use them for the trading a lot. Not because, as everyone says, it's a psychological numbers, but because it's numbers where the banks are trading. That's true. What's the other things in these indicators is the dual trends, which is these moving averages, which, you know, I don't use them for the trading decisions, but I like to see them because I'm really used to them. Candles, where I see these colored candles, which are taking the colors as the volume is. Sorry, I just pushed some shortcut. So the red color is higher volume, green color is higher volume, bullish, and the blue one is the lower volume. And this, but I will not explain this right now. So what's next is this candles, of course, trade levels, which is the indicator that's showing some other things, but this one I will delete for now. Opdelic, which is a tool which showing these things for the drawing. Centik, it's of course this sentiment for the people, and the COT, this is the most important one. News panel, here you can have your news. You can of course set up the alert, and volume. The volume is thing which is very much discussed with the forex traders. Many people say the volume is not accurate in the forex. Of course, forex is decentralized market, and there is not the volume and everything traded in the one market, so we basically cannot know the total volume in the numbers. We never can know what is the number of the contracts, but we can use the tick volume, and it's basically what is enough for us to know, because the tick volume show us how many times was the price changed into one candle. And I don't need to know that here was traded for example 1000 contracts and here was traded 500 contracts. What I know is that the price has changed double times more than in this one candle. So what that means, that if the price is dropping and the price has been changed more times more here, that probably means that there was more trading volume. And if I put it into the context with whole numbers, with these moving averages, with these for example the average prices of the retail traders, then I can pretty accurately guess what was happening in there. Alright, so what's the next thing? So this is just to explain the basic things what I have here. What is the most important things for me? What I'm using is of course the COT data which I have on the website. So here we can see the long shorts total, and this one is what I like, which is the exposure percentage, and this I have in the platform as well. So if I go here and I click to the volume, it will show me these rectangles, for example, which are showing me how I will start from here. So these arrows, this red one, green one, red one, red one, red one, are showing me when the data was released. So for example, if I bring this one here and I will check for example in here, which is 23/6, so it was the release for these data. So these data from the website which I have on the website was released here. But what I need to know is as well this exposure, and if I just put the cursor of the mouse here on the corner, it will show me the exposure of the USD JPY and the USD, their net positions, their change, and the total percentage of the volume. Currently, there is just the 55% against the 49% traded the volume on the markets. That's why we are seeing a lot of ranging in the all markets, right? So now the volume even dropped on the USD JPY. Then the next what we can see is these rectangles. What this rectangle is telling me, for example, let's speak about it here. So we can see that here in the 24th June, the data was released. And I know about this data, which was released here, and it's of course the data from between this period from last release into here. So we can see that what was released here is for this period between these two arrows, but this green rectangle is telling me how long I know about this data, because it's until this Friday. Why? Because here was the data released, then we don't know what happened Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. The data was released, and this data was released. They was reported to the CFTC, and they were published to the public in here. So I know. So in this rectangle, in this period, only thing what I know is what happened here. And if I know, for example, let me check this 16.6, which was in here. So what I have seen here was that that became bearish. Of course, this sorry, now I'm not looking to the USD JPY, so I'm talking about something different. I'm sorry for that. As said, I will not be cutting these mistakes. I simply will release the video as out, right? So what I have seen here is the adding the shorts on the USD JPY, why the price was going down, and closing the long. So this is what I have seen here, right? So we must, thanks to this, I know this is as well the thing which explain many people asking me or they tell me, look, USD JPY should go down because they was adding the shorts. Right, we can see they was adding the shorts, but they've been doing it here, and we can see the data release is here, published, right? So we are actually seeing what we see here in this report is for this period, but this is what we don't know, because it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday until the data is released, and data from this release, from this 23rd, will be released here, right? So there is still Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from the current week, which we don't know, but we know from the previous week, right? So this is the thing which you must consider in the trading. So for example, if how to use this, so we can see that this is here is released for this period, the data is released here, and this is what helps me to understand and bring these two things, the data from this COT Excel sheet, bring it into the Confluence, and build the scenario what is basically happening here on the markets. The next thing is right, so this is what show us the volume, and here is explain these things. These I don't know how to call this, maybe this, let's say these dots is showing the highs and the lows of that period. So for example, if here was released the data, because it's showing the green candle, so that means that the data release was here, and if it will be showing the bullish data here is the lowest low where they probably did the buying, right? So, and here is the low where they probably did the selling of this. So if this breaks, then, and we will see then the relationship between the the positions. So this is the one side. I will and just to repeat, here is when we come into, just put the cursor into this, it shows us the how the exposure is changing. Basically you see something like just the most important data in your platform, which is actually connected with this part of the trading, right? That's pretty cool. So as said, I will not explain right now how I use it or this, but I think many of you will already find very powerful concept with this. So I will I will hide this one right now. This volume number, it's connected basically with this. So what is these two lines? Basically retail traders are trading as well. It's other side. Of course I am retail trader, you are retail trader, we are all retail traders, because we don't trade such a big money and we don't have ability to do what the banks are doing, and we are entering somewhere, and as a group of us we have some average price, and I was always doing the research, and this is actually on my website as well. Here if you go to the, not to the COT, but you change to the sentiment, here you will see the trading pairs, where is these pairs, and we can see, for example, I will make it like this. We can see that 89% of the retail traders on the Aussie Cat are shorting the pair, right? And the Cat as well. So if we look to the, I will just make it like this, so we can see it, right? And I will make it like this. And right now if I go to the Aussie Cat, it should be like this, right? So we are on the Aussie Cat right now, and we can see here is the 11% of the traders which are in the long, and they are in the long in average price in here, and 89% of the traders which are in the shorts, and their average price, that means that whole basket of the traders, they are shorting from here, so they are basically trapped in this trade from here. So this is showing me the prices of the retail traders. So what does this mean right now? Of course the banks are mostly taking it to the side where the smaller percentage of the traders will win, right? And if I click to these candles, it will bring the historical this retail price. So they look what they are mostly doing on this pair. They still trying to keep the buyers and the sellers in the losses, right? They sometimes take the trend, but they giving it to win just to the small percentage of the traders, and they still doing this right now. Maybe they will be doing it for a longer time, but I will show right now some better pair, because we can see right now on the Aussie Cat just 6,427 lots is traded. This is the data from the MyFX book. If we go to the Euro USD, we can see here is 16,000 lots traded on the retail side, right? It's of course will be much bigger number. This is just the data from the MyFX book. Now you might thinking, oh, okay, this is just the data from the MyFX book, that's not gonna be accurate. Well, I can tell you one thing. Many people are trading the things which are taught in the trading books, and there is basically written what not to do. This, right? So they mostly entering the breakouts and the things like that. And if we look for example, all right, we don't want to see this, we want to see this. So what do we see always, right? So for example here, breakout, they entered breakout, then they took it down to the stop losses again, up to them. And what's basically happening right now, what I think is happening in here, this is a big accumulation phase. So what they are doing, they are taking the price into the levels where is a lot of stop losses of the sellers, because we are having the let me bring this back. So we are having 79% of the sellers, and they having always stop losses above the levels, right? So they right now the liquidity was taken out, right? And you can see how quickly they drop it back down, so they keep both sides on the short side. So what I'm thinking right now, as said, I'm thinking right now we are preparing for the big short, because this is how looks the accumulation they giving the chance to win to the one side. If you look back to the history here, before this uptrend happened, they was doing it on the other side, right? Look at it like this, for example, on the daily. Right, so they doing it here on this way. So basically this tool is telling me what's doing the one side and the other side, and I can of course use it to trade against all. It's of course better to trade in the direction of the where is the smaller amount of the traders, but remember, they never want to keep one side winning too much. So what I'm thinking right now, as the traders probably entered the breakout in here, the price will be taken to the next stop loss zone. Where is the next stop loss zone? Of course, as said in every stupid book, put the stop loss behind the next low. So here is one stop loss zone, here is this next stop loss zone. I think the price will come down here, because why? Because the sellers will still not be winning, and here is the liquidity which banks can take. All right, so this is the one thing which we can use, and it's very cool. If we now to the other tools, this is the core of the using this. So right now for the trading side, and this is what you will love for the trading. So for example, if I wanna go short, always I was had to plan the trades and doing the things. Right now I simply click the shortcut on the keyboard S, and it will brings me this thing which I loved from the trading view. So right now it has bring me this tool, and what I can do is simply to adjust my trade. So here will be the entry, here will be the stop loss, here will be the target, right? And what I can do right now, so I can activate the trade by clicking the number 8, and right now the trade is active. So once the price reach this level, the trade will be activated with 0.12 lot size. So there is the automatic risk reward ratio, which is set to the 0.5%, as I have it in my template, right? Because I choose the 0.5% risk. So this is how I can plan a trade. Right now I will show you something really cool. So what I can do is basically I can set a trade here as well. If I click this number 1, I will receive the notification into my phone that the price has reached this level, right? So right now, for example, I want to plan a trade here on the USD CAD, and you can see here was that they never give. So now actually here is the seller's average price, and you can see they never give them chance to win. So they actually reverse that just above them. And if I want to go long here, so I will, let's say, put the buy here, and I will put it close to the entry, so you will see how it's gonna activate. And so this lot size is of course changing automatically as I change the distance. So for example, right now it will set 0.8, 0.13. You can see how it's changing in here, right? So right now I can activate the trade like this. That's it, right? So it will just come into here and will activate my trade. Why I'm putting stop loss below here? Because I believe that they will not give much chance to win these traders. And anyway, this is not what I want to explain right now, but still I'm doing it. So for example, when I go short here right now, I will show you something. For example, you like to trade channels, or the you want to trade a breakout of the trend line. All right, so if you want to trade that channel, so for example, let's do this. Watch this. What I can do, let's say I want to enter here with this number color or the shortcut 7. I will simply like this, and I can activate the trade, and it's activated right now, and it will execute my entry here on this line. This will be the stop loss, this will be the take profit. Look at this, I can adjust it like that, for example, and the trade will be executed if price reach here. If I want to enter the break, for example, of the trend line, what I can do is this, right? And I can activate a trade, and if the price touch this here, this will be trading, the trade will be executed. I can of course adjust the stop loss as I want to, right? And of course I can delete the trade with the D shortcut, and that's it. So this is the perfect for the planning the trades. What else I can do is, if I bring the different one, of course I don't have to think about the buy stop or buy limit. I simply put the trade here like this, of course, and I activate it, and if the price reach the level, it will open the trade with my risk reward. So it's cool. Right now, everywhere where I drawn something, some trading plans, as I did on the USD CAD, Euro USD, so all these trades are now all in this shortcut. So I can go back to the USD CAD because I know I have some plan in here, right? Or I can go to the Euro USD because I have some plan here. Of course, I will put a sell like this as well. So I have right now 2 trades here, right? So I can activate the second one as well. So we will see how it will place the trade. Hopefully it will happen right now. So we will see how it's working. I can add even more, right? For example, here let's put the buy. So might, right? So it's always adding you the trade 1 to 2. Here you can see the risk reward ratio, what will be your target profit in the money, stop loss if you get the stop loss, what is your stop loss distance, target profit, what will be your lot size. Now here is the one cool thing. If I have opened some trades, let's say I will open the sell here, and then I will open the sell here, and I want to close all the trades. I simply close all trades. Okay, I have to allow it, and where was it? All right, so right now I go close all, yes. Boom, and it close all your trades. What else I can set up here? For example, I have a couple trades here which I'm planning to take if this, of course, if they will be activated. And for example, this demo account is right now 9.9k, right? So what I can set up here is my target. Let's say I want to close all trades when my balance will reach 10k. I will set it up here, and if all my open trades are in the 10k, everything will be closed automatically, right? Next thing what I really like on this when I'm planning the trades is, for example, For some reason I have to activate, so number 8 straight is activated. So right now, for example, let's say there will be news or something like that, and I don't want to take a trade, right? So for example, this euro franc, I don't want to take a trade. So what I had to do before, when I had something like that, right? In the past, I was using this. I had to set up my stop loss, so I had to go to set up some, number or something like that, and the take profit, let's say, right? So I had to do everything manually like this, Of course, I could do these adjustments and everything. But if I was changing the stop loss distance, what I had to do is that I have to recalculate my position size, because currently, let's say, right, so currently if I change the position size like this and I want to use the risk 1.5%, my position size should be 0.19. If I change it like this, it should be 0.15. But in the past, what I was doing when I wanted to change like this, and I don't change the position size, my risk was bigger. So what I had to do is to, of course, close all this with the deleting and place the completely trade again, calculate the position size, with some calculators or whatever, a lot of works. So right now, if I want to do that, I simply just adjust this and it recalculate. But if I don't want to take a trade, I simply deactivate it like this, and then after the news or whatever, I simply click 8 again and it's activated. So you can see if I have this sun, it's activated. If I have a face, it's deactivated. Or I can delete the trade by clicking this X. I can bring it back by the buy, and or I can delete it with the shortcut number 9. Another cool thing is, for example, I want to adjust this take profit and stop loss. I can do it with the shortcut number 3. So for example, now I'm in here, I click, I push number 3 on the keyboard, so it makes this target bigger. Then for example, I want to put target here, so, and I click number 3 again, and it will edit exactly where I want to, right? So 3, I want to have a target here, number 3, and it will bring here. Same for the stop loss. So for example, first time when I click number 3, it will makes it like a big, and then let's say I want to put it below this whole number, boom, 3, and that's it, right? So using the shortcuts is very, very cool. So I have all these. Look, now the Euro USD is yellow. That means the trade was activated, right? So we go to look at it, and we can see, all right, so this one I can delete. So we can see the price has reached this, let's look at it like this. So price moved back and the trade was activated, and it placed our stop loss and the profit target, right? So now the cool thing is this. So we, for example, what we are doing, let's say if you trade it manually, what I like to do, and maybe you do as well, if the trade is in the, let's say, half of the target, I like to move the stop loss to the break even. Or for example, if it reach 80% of my target, I would like to close the bigger part of that. Now we have it all automatic. So basically here in the settings of the EA, what I can set here, I can set the risk management. Right now we having the risk management 0.5% risk, right? So we can change the risk management to the money or to the fixed slots. I don't suggest this. I really suggest everyone to use it on the risk percent. Then here is the cool thing, another setting. So let's go right now through all these things. So we have maximum slippage for the entry. I really wanted to have this feature in it because, for example, what happened is that if, for example, right now the price move, okay, let's sorry, I will explain it this way. For example, the price is somewhere here and we have this sell stop, right? And what can happen is that the price simply move very sharply down, and what the broker will do, they will not execute you here on the entry where you want to, but they will open your position down here, because it can happen if the price moves very sharply. So they will open your position down here and then the price goes up. That's happened to us with the gold trade in the past. Of course, the broker, they returned the money, but what's actually this thing is doing is that maximum slippage for entry in 2% of the stop loss distance. So that's what's that mean? That means that if the price is dropping sharply, the trade, the EA will open, maximum difference between the entry is 2% of this. So if my stop loss is right now 40%, 1% is some 40 pips. So 1 pip is something like 0.4. So 2% of the 1% is 0.4. So 2% is 0.8, like 8 points. So maximum where my trade will be open is here, not here, or not any bullshits what the brokers can do to you. Next amazing thing is this risk reward for moving stop loss to the break even. So I have it set to the 1. What's that mean? So if is it 1, that means that I'm risking 1%, or it's 1 to the stop loss distance. So if my stop loss distance is 40 pips, it's like 1. So once the trade moved the 40 pips, the stop loss will be moved automatically to the break even. How cool is that, right? Then the percentage of profit for the partial close is 0.8. So what's that mean? 0.8, so it's in the percentage, right? So it's in the, so if the market moves 0.8% to the profit, 80% to the profit, the EA will close part of my positions, which is right now 0.13, so that's gonna be something like 0.6 or 7, and it will move the stop loss to the break even if it's not there, but it should be already there probably. Spread multiplier for the break even. What's that mean? That means if I have it 3 number here and the spread is 0.1, so the break even, the stop loss will be moved to the 0.3 lots behind the entry, so which is gonna be somewhere 0.3, sorry, 0.3 pips behind here, something like that, right? So this is for that. So next, all right, so this is for the managing these things. Of course, if I set up this, I will receive the message. So what else is here? This is for the trading. Sorry, let me right now think what I want to show as well. So this is the trading. This was the COT. This is the people. All right, now one very cool thing. So for example, we are having currently let's me bring another template. So as said, we have all these shortcuts in here, right? So we have the shortcuts here, and now I will go here, and what I'm gonna do right now, I will show you something. So right now I'm gonna click, let me bring some other pair, right? So we can do it on somewhere where is no trade at the moment. So here is the function. Here is the function I am currently developing, and there is a algorithm which it's under the development currently. But let's say, for example, I don't know what to trade, and I am programming with my coder the algorithm which will show you the potential trades. So I will just click to this number K, to this letter K. So look at this K. So I click into it and it will go through all the charts and it will brings me the potential trades and show them here in this shortcut. So we just clicked into it and look at this. So it will give us this option on this Aussie franc. So it's showing us we can short it here because it's you know, I will not explain the algorithm right now. We are working on that. Here, if the price will go, so if you like the trade, you can simply click into this phase, or you can click the 8. So you can just activate it and it will do that for you. Next one is EuroCat, right? Showing us sell stop. So we can simply again activate if we like the trade or not, etc. So it's showing the it's actually showing the trades which is the potential to trade. It's kind of like a breakout strategy right now, but it's all under the development right now, and you can see it's showing on the many time frames. But if I want to pick up, let's say, just the 1 hour time frame, here is the 30 minutes, there's no trade. On the 15 minutes or on the 4 hours, right? So it shows you just the trades for that specific time frame, right? And so this function, this number K, will show you the trades, and then you decide if you take them or not. So it's simply the scan all the markets, and you decide if you don't want to take a trade or not. If you like to take a trade, you can click into the face and activate it. You get the sun or deactivate it, or you can do it with the number K, right? So, or you can delete it with the D or here. It's a pretty cool thing for this one. If I wanna, let's say I wanna delete all these things, so what I can do, simply I can delete all, sorry, delete all, boom, and that's it, and everything is deleted right now. Right, so let me bring the template again. So let's say 1%, and oh, of course I must fill up the email again, but I will use my template. So here is the email already filled up, so I don't have to do that. And right now I will show you one thing, which is the most important. As said, I will share this template with you, and I will say something what I'm doing when I'm analyzing the markets and the stuff. But currently, what I want you to do is not to. I mean, what I believe and what is from my experience is that. The best thing and the best strategy is what you have tested by yourself, and what you believe. So basically, we have the simple backtesting tool. Oh, I forgot one more thing. What you can do as well with this number K. So let's say, for example, I'm sorry, if you click this KH, it's like a K and history. It will brings you all the trades which been possible to take in the history, right? So it's historically to show you all the trades, and if you click the number 1, it will calculate which one of them was profitable and which one of them was losers. Anyway, now I'm going to delete, right? That's it. So right now, as said, you need to develop your own strategy. Of course, here is some indices, something what you can take from me, from other traders, but to be successful in a trading, you need to do something what you have tested, what gives you the result, what gives you the edge, what gives you the something which you trust, because you did the testing, not because me or someone told you. Because you tested it, on the large sample of the data, and you know your statistic, because always every strategy have the difficult times, and there will be times when the market will not make a sense. But if you did the backtesting, you know that you can survive this, and you know what you will get as the results, right? So what I want to show you right now, let's look at this. So let's see if this one will be dropping. We will see how it will close and move the stop loss and the etc. Right, and we will actually receive the notification. So this is the right now. Back to that. So I was speaking about the back testing, right? So let's go and right now I will click or push the keyboard 0 on the keyboard. All right. 0. So now all the things disappeared. Now 0 again, disappeared this, and now look what's happened right now when I'm clicking this 0. So what basically brings me this is this it's this that I can hide the graph, part of the graph. Oh, I actually need to activate this. And what I can do right now is, look, I can do my back testing. So for example, whatever you want to trade, what you want to do is, for example, whatever you trade, right? So you can plan your trades. For example, I don't know, if you trade, for example, let's say just for example, some break, so you plan that you put your buy in here, right? And then you continue. No, you will see your stop loss not hit. Boom, boom. What you can do is to click the number 1, and this will calculate how many pips you would make on this trade, and here you will see your statistics, and you continue. Boom, let's go for example, you go sell here, right? Again, you click number 1 and it will calculate all these trades. So you can see now I have 2 winning trades, right? So we are moving forward. Of course, you cannot be cheating, right? Otherwise, you will not test your strategy properly. You click buy, boom, right? Here I have a stop loss. Again, I click number 1. So here is minus 60 pips. In my statistic, I can see 2 winnings, 1 loss. I continue, whatever. Let's say here is the sell. So let's say, for example, I will go sell limit. Boom. No, not. I was not filled. All right, so this one, all right, but this was not correct. I should be like this, because I was speculating to the sell limit, not the entry. Sorry, this one I want to delete. So right, so we can see right now the trade was not activated, so it's not included in the statistic. Continue. Let's say we see some bullishness. So let's go, for example, buy limit like this. Let's see what happened. Nothing, right? So trade was not activated. Right now we missed this. You of course must go much slower, right? So you see, right? I don't want to put buy here because of right now I know what's gonna happen, right? So for example, boom, here we go through this. So for example, might sell here. Boom, stop loss, right? See how wrong I was. Anyway, so what you can do here, you can basically put your trades, you can find your edge, you can test your things, and then with the number 1, it calculates your trades and gives you your own statistics. So you can back test your strategy like that. You can do it for the long history of however long you want to, and you will see what is your edge. Cool, right? Isn't that? So this is with this number 0. I will bring back all these things. Now I click the delete, boom, and I'm back on the clear chart right now. So here is some another shortcuts which I want to show as well, and is this for example, keyboards J. Where is my my cursor, and I will click the J, it will brings the line. I will click the K, another line, L, another line, right? So it all is the shortcuts for these levels. If I want to delete them, I don't want to do anything difficult, I simply click these same keyboards again and they disappear. For example, right now, Fibo, I want to go Fibo, I will click the F and it will bring the Fibo. I can do it in the many ways. If you don't like how it draws, you simply click Fibo again and it will draw again. So Fibo, boom, Fibo, right? You want to draw the channel, you have the option, just click the O and it will throw the channel like this, and you can draw the channel. Then when you have the channel, let's say for example like that, and you want to short this touch of the channel, what you can do, simply put the cell. So I go cell and I will adjust my trade, boom, and it will trade my channel like this. So what's gonna happen right now, of course this one must go a little bit higher. Here is the stop loss, for example. I activate the trade, or with the number 8 is better, I like to use these shortcuts, and the trade is activated. So what basically gonna happen right now, if the price comes back up into this channel, my trade will be opened, and if it drops, move in the half of the trade, it will move the stop loss, and if it will be in the 80%, it will close the part of the positions and here will be close the profit. So yeah, so this is basically it, and as said, I will make some webinars so you can test it and go through it, and I think basically this is a really cool tool, and it has much more hidden tools inside, but they are not introduced yet. So right now what I will do, let's say, so it must move 40%, 40 pips. So in here it will move the stop loss, right? So what I will do, I will simply adjust this. So I will make this to the 0.5. So let's see how is it working, right? Okay. Boom. So you can see the stop loss was moved automatically, right? And I will change this with this half position closing. So you watch this, how when I change the settings, it will close the half of the position. So let's set it up to the 0.3. You see, and the half of the trade was closed. So if we go check into the history, we had our initial position 0.13, half of it is closed right now. Stop loss is on the break even, and yeah, trade continue. For example, what we can do as well here was this spread multiplier. If I make it like, let's say 10, so it should move the spread a little bit more, but the problem is on the euro there is a spread 0 in the IC markets, so that's why it's of course in here, right? So I think it's very cool. All right, my friends, so download it, install it, and prepare your questions. Don't write me the questions, and I will make some live webinar where I will help you to understand this and works with this. All right.